3 of live streaming every day until I hit 1,000 subscribers. And so far we have 924. I think we started this series with like 913. So I'm going to be doing some 3x3 solves for my last stream series. Like every sub is 100 solves. Because I want to finish that series before I hit, or that thing before I hit 1,000 subs. $15.25, that's a pretty bad start. Charlie says, never mind, so gotta go. Okay, welcome to the stream. And Gameplay says, I can't watch right now. That's okay. And Kenny says, hi, welcome to the stream. $11.26. Charlie says, I'm number 1 with a crown. What that mean? I don't really know what the crown thing means. It's some new feature from YouTube in live streams, and I don't even know what it does yet. $15.25. And that's another pretty terrible, so 14.85. Charlie says, well, got to go. Okay, see you later. And Kenny says you also can't get XP if you have YouTube Premium. I didn't know that. That was almost a +2. And I thought it was a +2, but it wasn't. So I almost stopped the timer. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. And that was nearly sub 2. 2.0. Charlie says, can I ask you something a little greedy? I don't know. Oh, that does remind me. I'm gonna have to move these cubes. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. So I can put that there. I don't know if you can really see it that well. I'm gonna try setting this up for a second. There. $2.59. Hopefully my 2x2 solves won't be as bad as they were yesterday. Snap. DNF. $2.82. And I stopped the timer early, but since it's before 0.06, it's not a DNF. That's a pretty bad solve, 4.31. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. 4.62. Charlie says, "Can you see chat?" I can see the chat. I think you're asking that because I didn't answer your question. Sure. So yeah, to your question, and I plus 2, 631. $2.85. $4.53. And I did the wrong EG one. 5.1. And Charlie says, "Thanks so much. Well, I'll join next stream because I'm a little busy now." Okay, see you next stream. 2.85. And another terrible sell, 4.55. And Dore Singh says, "Hi, bro. Welcome to the stream." $3.11. $2.95. I almost plus 2. $2.51. And the wrong AUG. 5.61. Dore says, "Just discovered your channel. Do you do 3x3 on stream?" Yeah, I was doing some 3x3 earlier. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. So I'll do some 3x3 right now. And thanks to whoever subscribed. Now we're only 75 subs away from 1,000. $11.09. Dore says, "I subbed. Thanks a lot." $13.76. And 12.85. $15.32. 12.18. Thanks to whoever liked the stream. Dore says, you use C-flop? Yeah, I do. If yes, do you have some tips on look ahead? Average 20 to 22 seconds, advanced cross / F2O, and have 2 look O on almost full PLO. Definitely finish learning full PLO, and just one tip, and then some tips on look ahead. Don't turn super duper fast during your first 2 layers, because then you won't be able to look at pieces. I'm still trying to work on that. Sometimes I turn a little slower. But you don't want to turn slow your whole solve, because on last layer you don't need look ahead. So on last layer you want to turn really fast. And that's a +2. Thank you, Corner Magnets, for making me +2. Rummy says, no, I missed yesterday's stream. It's okay. Well, welcome to the stream. $11.8. Romy says, by the way, I had a full step 7.45. Good job, and it's your PB4. Wow. Dora says, okay, thanks. JPerm said the same. I gotta practice more. I'll definitely learn full PLO. Thanks. You're welcome. That's a pretty bad solve, 14.02. That's another bad solve, 15.14. Thanks for like the stream. Romy says, do you know 11Z? No, I don't know who that is. $10.5. Romy says, by the way, do you watch the 50 States and 50 Series Days from Ryan Trahan? No, I'm not. And that's the first sub 10 of the stream, 9.71. $14.15. Dore says, your F2L looks so fast to me, LOL. Do you use more algs or mostly intuitive? I would say intuitive, but I do know some algs, like some cases that aren't really intuitive. Like the one where there's a flipped edge and the corners in the bottom. What I do is a sledgehammer to bring it out. And then I insert this edge. And then I have an alg for this case, where I go like this. So but I do use a lot of intuitive stuff. Romy says, OMG, my PR average is really 11.44. Nice. Romy says, next average of 5 in comp, I'm definitely getting sub 10.8 average 5. I don't ever really get sub 11 averages 5, so they're really fast for me. So I hope you get the sub 10.8 average 5. Doris says, oh yeah, that's a pretty bad case. Yeah, but the alg I used for it is pretty nice, so it made it a lot easier. $12.67. Rami says it's in a month. Nice. Well, that means you have a month to practice to get sub 10.8. And that was almost sub 10, 10.04. $11.44. And I think I'm gonna do some pyramids now. $4.79. Dore says, what cube is that? RS3M? I think you mean my 3x3. This isn't the RS3M, those are just RS3M boxes and stuff. This is the WRMV9. And CatCube Official says, are you sponsored by SpeedCube Shop? No, I'm not sponsored by any store. I just like this mat. $3.89. $5.63. So these solves, well, I only did 3 solves. One was mid, one was good, and one was bad. $5.47. $4.2. Guys, make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. And that was a terrible solve, 6.81. $4.43. And 6.61, that's another pretty bad solve. Well, not pretty bad, very bad. And that's a DNF. I did the wrong F2 or L4E case. Because I had something like this case, but on the right. And then I did a different case that looks very similar. and 5.53. I think I'm going to do some 2x2 now. Dora says, do you have an upcoming comp? No, I don't have any competitions that are coming up. $3.65. And I did the wrong out. 5.27. And that's a 3.2 plus 2. Romy says, yo, here's a little stream idea. Every like equals one event. Basically, you spin a wheel with the events you do, and for every like, and then change to it. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll do that after this series. And Gaming Toilet Brett says, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Gaming Brett. And 3.73. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. $3.49. Dora says he keeps switching cubes so that you are preparing for a comp. By the way, do you do blind? Yeah, I am switching events a lot. Because these events are really the only events I practice. They're all my main events. Well, I would say Pyraminx is my main event. And then probably 3x3 and 2x2 are tied. And I do blindfolded. I know the beginner's method, like Old Pachman. And I recently learned the M2 method. But I haven't gotten a success with it yet. Gaming Toilet Brett is Gage here. He was on the stream earlier, but he said he couldn't stay. Oh, I thought that would solve it. Because I had this, and I could have just rotated, but I decided to do 3 sledgehammers. That's not a sledgehammer. And that gave me a Y firm. So, DNF. $3.21. Gaming Toilet Brett says, no. Yeah, it's really sad. Dory says, oh great, I also use M2 for edges and Old Pachman for corners. Yeah, that's the same thing I do. $2.79. And a 1.76. That's a pretty good solve. $3.3. And 4.0. And another 4-second solve, 4.08. And I did an unnecessary U4. Because I thought there was an AUF, but there wasn't. And I did an extra turn. So that's a +2. $2.83. 3.59. Also, guys, one goal that I have on a live stream is to get viewers from every single continent. So if you want to, say in chat what country you're from. I can one look this solve. And I messed up. 5.17. And Rummy says France, Europe. Oh yeah, I forgot you were from France. So 3 continents now, because Rummy is from France, Gaming Toilet, Brett is from USA, and Dore is from India. So 3 continents. I think the only continent that I've never gotten on a stream is Australia/Oceania. Snap. A +2. 4.73 +2. Dory says, bro, penguins don't like cubing. What penguin? Romy says, by the way, here's a little advice. When viewers ask you general questions like what's your PB or what do you average, you should ask it back. Viewers like interaction with streamers. Thanks. I'll start doing that. $3.84. $4.2. Romy says, I think Dore thought Antarctica was Australia. I don't know. Maybe. Dore says that Penguins one was a joke regarding no viewer from Australia. I don't think penguins live in Australia. But, obviously I'm not going to get 7 continents, because then I'd have to get, Antarctica. And I don't think any Antarctic scientists really are interested in cubing. $2.56. $5.55. $3.19. $3.82. Dore says, I feel stupid for making that joke now. It's okay. $3.83. Oh, I entered that corner wrong. 5.32. I wonder what time I can get on a one-handed 2x2 solve. Okay, that was actually a pretty easy scramble. I'm gonna try it now with 2 hands. Okay, I was confused because I didn't get the same solution, but I'm gonna enter in the time I got with 2 hands. 5.96 plus 2. $2.99. 4.19. And 3.4. Everyone, if you want to, say in chat what time it is where you are, because I know, like, sometimes, I did wrong out. Sometimes people will be up, like, at midnight in other places watching my streams. .25. Bubba Cubes says, hi, welcome to the stream, Bubba Cubes. Dory says it's 3 a.m. where he or she is. I don't know. Whoa, that's really late. Dory says, I am one of them. Yeah, there's a lot of people who stay up late to watch Cubing with Andy. And another +2, 5.02 plus 2. And I did the wrong number. 4.99. Bubba Cube says, at Cubing with Andy, hi. Oh yeah, I don't think I said welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Bubba Cubes. .41. .98. And 294. .55. So my average 5 right now is 3.44. If I get faster than a 3.98, maybe I can get a sub 3 average, which I haven't been getting a lot of lately. And 3.32. So I got like a little faster than that. 3.22. Guys, make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. So now I need faster than a 3.41 to improve my average. And I thought I got it, but then I didn't. 2.96 plus 2. So we're back in the 3.4s. Remy says, who agrees that Squid Game edits with the Bumblebee music are the best edits ever? I've never watched Squid Game or any Squid Game edits, so I wouldn't know. Dory says, nah, I sleep really late. My classes are from afternoon to evening, so it's okay to sleep late. Nice. Oh, and I think we got another like on the stream, so thanks to whoever liked the stream. And 3.7. So my average 5 right now is 3.98. So I'm not anywhere close to sub. Well, I am kind of close. I'm not that close to sub 2 or sub 3. 3.11. And that's better. 2.64. .19. Dore says, is that CS Timer? Looks nice. It's not CS Timer, it's CubeDesk. and I think CubeDesk looks nicer than CS Timer. So that's a pretty terrible time. 6.36. .67. 4.08. 2.83. So right now I have a 4.31 average of 5. So not anywhere close to sub 3. And that solve almost wasn't even sub 4, 3.96. I always get really bad 2x2 solves on stream. .3. Romy says, just got 4x4 PB. Good job. My PB is like 44 seconds. So what time did you get? .39. .58. Romy says I got 41.58. Also, good job asking questions back. Thanks. And that's a lot faster than my PB. Dore says I've never used CubeDesk. Is it free to use? Yeah, it's free to use. There is a paid version and it has some extra features, but they're not necessary to use. And you do have to sign in with an email. But besides that, it's completely free for anyone to use. .75. And I don't know what the paid features do. I know, like, there's a thing where you can battle people. And then you can, like, make a lobby or something. You can make the thing. So I'm actually going to see if there's anyone. Well, actually, if anybody in the chat uses CubeDesk, go to the like play one. It's below the timer one. It looks like a sword, and hit join lobby, because I'm gonna see if I can beat anybody. Kenny says 75 subs left until 1K. Yeah, only 75 left. Gaming Tulip Bear says if you haven't subscribed, press the button yet. Yeah, guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. And Gaming Tulip Bear says I use CS Timer. Yeah, I use CS Timer for 3x3 when I'm not live streaming, because I do all my solves on CubeDesk, like on my 3x3 solves, but I don't want to add to the total that I am doing for my thing. Okay, well, there's nobody playing really, so I'm gonna go back to here. And I need a 2x2. Kenny says everyone here that's not subbed should definitely 100% sub right now. Yeah, that's totally true. Or like, that's 100% true. 4.01. That solve felt a lot faster. I'm gonna try it again, but my time is gonna be 4.01. And, well, 4.01 is faster than what I got. .71. .22. Van says, yo, what's good, Andy? Welcome to the stream. And what's good for me? I'm just doing 2x2 and doing my day 3 live stream. And I did the wrong thing. Dore's talking to Gaming Brett. And is that how you say your name? Dore? 2.76. .88. .23. Okay, I'm at 3.44 seconds for an average right now. Oh, snap. So I'm gonna enter my timed, and I would have gotten a 3.03 average, but with the +2, it's now not 3.03. Romy says, your place seems cozy. Romy! That's not an okay abbreviation, but thanks for saying that. I try to make it look nice for all my videos and stuff. Dore says, yes, that's how you pronounce my name. Okay. Oh wait, you might be talking to Van. Never mind. Van says, Andy, how do you lube your cubes? If you mean like what lubes, if I want a faster cube, I usually use Stardust and Lunar from Speedcube Shop. But for cubicle lubes, I use FC Calm and FC Rush. And then to slow it down, for cubicle lubes, I use Weight 5. And then for Speedcube Shop, I use Cosmos. And I just put it in the cube. Gaming Toilet Breast says we don't have those in Wyoming. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Romy says, oops, I didn't know it was a family-friendly channel. I just don't like cuss words. Van says, thanks, mate. You're welcome. Bubba Cube says, when do you wake up? I don't know why you want to know that, but it's like 7 a.m. is when I wake up, like my time. Romy says, gotta go to sleep. See ya. Well, see you on tomorrow's stream. And, good sleep. And, Gaming Toilet Bread says, keeping the family. I was talking to Dory, sorry for the confusion. It's okay. And, Dory says, see ya, bro. See you on tomorrow's stream. And, Van says, do you ever try to cube with caffeine? I don't drink coffee. So, no. .99. And 3.91. Oh, I entered .39. And there. Dory says, oh, where's Wyoming, by the way? If you're talking to Gaming Brett, then he can probably answer that for you. Oh, Dory says I was saying see to Romy, Andy. Oh, okay. And a +2. 3.37 +2. Van says You should try a massive serving of blueberries before a session. I noticed a big difference, mate. Okay, yeah, I'll eat a bunch of blueberries before a cubing session. Maybe I can make a video, like, do blueberries make you solve faster? BuildCube says, I wake up at like 10, 11 a.m., sometimes 9 a.m. If I woke up at that time, that would be really late for me to wake up. And another +2, 3.35. 4.22. So maybe I'll end the stream or something when I get a sub 3 average, because I haven't gotten one yet. Van says, not joking, I felt a big difference. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna... Well, I don't know if I misscrambled this, but it already has a solved side with no setup move to the EG1. And I +2. Give me to it, Brett. Oh, he's talking to Van. Dore says, oh, Van says, anyways, got to go take care of lads. Okay, nice. See you later. Dore says, can blueberries make you faster? LOL, didn't know that. I didn't know that either. So that is 1.85 +2. That fast solve could have been helpful for getting that average. And I definitely misscrambled this, so I'm gonna resolve it. And I definitely misscrambled this again. .72. So that's sub 3. And that's not sub 3. Because I didn't want any solves slower than 1.85. Or slower than 3.85. Because then that time would be counting in my average, and I don't want that. And that is not sub 3, 3.2. And I +2, 2.45. And I almost +2 that solve, but it wasn't even sub 3.5. So let's try to get a good solve. And I almost +2 again. This might take a long time to get a sub 3 average. I'll just need good scrambles. And that's 4.72. Let's go. Sub 3. Romy says, secretly watching your stream past bedtime. Okay, well, that means I have more watch time. That means I'll get more watch time now. Romy says, screen time stops in 10 minutes, though. Oh, okay. That means I need to get a sub 3 average in the next 10 minutes. And another 2.4. And I'm not going to count it like, where it's like solves from another average of 5 solves will come in. I'm doing it like the last 2 solves were starting a new average 5, really. Admin Ken says, hi again. You still remember me, right? Yeah, I remember you. You were on some previous streams. Dore says, LOL bro has fans. Yeah, I didn't know I had fans like that. That would just stay up a lot. 3.21. So that's closer to our average goal. Romy says, I enjoyed cubing streams. Me too. And that's 2.81, which is sub 3, but like I said, it's kind of a new average 5. So, like, there's still a solve from, like, another average 5. So, I need to get faster than 3.21, really. Wait, no. I already have a guaranteed sub 3 average, because my worst solve is 4.72, and that's from the other average 5. Adam Ken says, one of my favorites of the YouTubers. Thanks. I didn't know I was anyone's favorite YouTuber. And 4.02. So that's a 2.83 average of 5. I'm probably going to do, like, some more 2x2. $3.98. I was trying to see if I could make my average any better, but I didn't. And if anyone... So, well, I think this is going to be the end of the stream. So, make sure you guys are subscribed and like the stream. Admin Ken says, why is the color of your computer home screen an animal? Oh, that's just on CubeDesk. And it's a hippo because I don't know why. And congratulations to the top 6 people who were all tied with the same amount of XP. Dore, Van, Relmy, Charlie, and Admin Ken. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. BobaCube says, what is your favorite color? I don't think I have a favorite color, really. I'm gonna put my live sub count back up. And Admin Ken said, did you get McDonald's? Yeah, I have, like, this is their new line of, Happy Meal toys right now. It's mini McDonald's things, like this fry. And I think they look nice. And they're in my thumbnails, too, for my live streams. So I think that's going to be it for today's stream. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe and like the stream. And so we only got 1 subscriber today. But 1 subscriber is still closer to 1,000 subscribers. So we're 75 away. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next stream. And thanks to whoever liked the stream. And there is going to be a video premiering tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. So make sure you watch it. BobaCube says bye, see you later, and Admin Ken says hope you get to 1,000. Me too, I hope I get it before the end of the year. So, bye everybody, and Gaming Toilet Bread says you will get to 1,000. I really hope I do. And Gaming Toilet Bread says I'm excited for a video. Admin Ken says bye. Dore says yes sir, bye, bye. Admin Ken says when? I think you mean the video. Oh, well, 9:30 tomorrow a.m. is the video. I think it's Central Time. And if you mean tomorrow's live stream, it's probably going to be like 3:30 is when it starts. Romy says, anyways, I'm actually go to sleep now. Okay, bye. And then Gaming Toilet Bread says tomorrow. Yeah, okay.